so we're going to start by coming to a seated lotus position at the front of our mats. I want you to come to any sort of lotus position that's comfortable for you. I'm having my left foot on top. We are going to switch sides. So if you can't do this, then whatever kind of crisscross applesauce position you can do is completely fine. So starting with left foot on top, taking your left hand onto your right knee and stretching over to the left. Take a deep breath here. Start to try to find your breath in your practice here. In yoga, we only breathe in and out through our nose. It's a special kind of breathing called fire breathing, ujjayi breath. And you do want to keep your mouth closed and breathe deep breaths in and out through your nose, audible if you can. Stretching over your right side. And then from here, come up to straight and just let your right arm fall over your head and pull it over to the right hand side. Don't pull hard, just kind of let your arm drag your head to the right side. Take a couple breaths in here. You may be having some attention on the side of your neck, but at the same time, I want you to keep your left hip pushing into the ground. And then adjust the hand to the back of your head a little bit and pull your head forward just down toward your armpit to get a different kind of stretch in the back of your neck. Very nice. And from here, just reach out in front of you. If all you can do is put your hands on the floor or even not, that's totally fine. But just reach out in front of you as far as you can in this half lotus position. And then slowly walk back up and switch legs. Left foot on the bottom, right foot on the top. Again, as loose as your crisscross applesauce lotus position needs to be, it's completely fine. So you have your left foot on the top, with your right foot on the top now, your right hand on your left knee, and reach over to the right. Keep trying to open your chest. Don't let your body fall forward like this. As much as you can, open your chest. You can look up to the ceiling and just feel that great stretch all along the left side of your body. Beautiful. And then sit up straight. Let your hand fall on the side of your head and pull your head gently to the left side. We carry so much stress in our neck and our shoulders, and it's just really nice to release some of it. And then adjust your hand to the back of your neck and let it move forward here. Think about putting your nose to your armpit, but still pressing down into the mat with your right hip. Great, and sitting up straight and walk your hands forward as far as you can. Getting that deeper stretch in your right hip joint. And walk your hands up. And from here, you can either roll over the front of your knees. We're going to come into a cat-cow, roll over to the front of your knees, or just unfold completely and come into that cat-cow position. From here, we're just going to do some spinal bends. Arch your back, inhale. And exhale, roll your back. And inhale, arch. And exhale, roll it forward. Inhale, arch up. Exhale. Round your back. And from here, you're going to push back into down dog. And walk your dog out a little bit. Just take your dog for a walk. Move those heels. Push back. Lift your heels off the ground. Find those nice little personal stretches in the back of your legs, to your hamstrings. The first down dog of the day is always an interesting one. And from here, from down dog, I want you to come back down to your knees. And I want you to put your right foot forward and your left foot out and back. Take a couple breaths here. And then bring your elbow to your knee. And out again. Elbow to your knee. And out again. Inhale together. Exhale out. And then bring both down. Opposite side. Inhale up. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale out. Exhale, elbow to knee. Obviously, this is working the entire back of your body, the left side of your arm, your right glutes. And one more. And back down. Back into down dog. And walk your hands forward. Walk your feet forward to your hands. Let your knees bend and just hang forward. Interlock your, I want to make sure you can see me here. Interlock your elbows and just let gravity pull you down. You can sway side to side a little bit here if you like. Just letting gravity pull your upper body toward the ground. Nothing too deep. Keeping those knees nice and soft. One little trick I like to do if you guys have a ponytail or top knot, I like to take my arms and put them on the back of my top knot and just let them rest there because it gives me like a deeper stretch. You just put them right behind your ponytail. It's a little added thing. If you don't have a ponytail, you can just put it behind your head. It gives you a really nice deeper stretch through the top of your spine. And then slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time, all the way to standing. I'll come to the front of your mat. We're going to start our flow. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, scrape the walls on your way down. Swan dive down to forward fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back into a lunge. Your knee down. Untuck the toes. All the way up. And all the way down. Left leg meets the right. And we're going to just come into a little baby cobra here. Your knees to the mat, chest, and then slither forward into a little baby cobra here. Inhale and exhale into down dog. Right foot comes between your hands. Lunge on this side. Inhale all the way up. And exhale down. Untuck the toes and left leg comes to meet the right. Forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Arms circle back around into namaste. Inhale up. Exhale down. This time left foot comes back. Inhale all the way up. Exhale down. Right foot meets the left. Knees, chest, chin, slither forward into baby cobra. And push back into down dog. Take a couple breaths in down dog here. Down dog is an amazing pose. It's an active recovery, but at the same time that it's a recovery, it's active because you are pushing out through all your limbs. Push out through all 5 fingers, especially the base of your index finger. Push that really hard into the mat. Pushing your heels into the mat. And if you find that you're arching your back like this, you don't want that. So really tuck your pelvis and pull your butt to the back wall, but not in such a way that you're arching your back. And you can step or jump between the hands. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up to standing. And exhale, namaste. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up. And exhale, step back all the way into chaturanga. Lower down. Inhale, up dog. Take a couple breaths here in up dog. Your quadriceps are off your mat. Tops of your toes are on the mat. Your shoulders are back and down, and you're looking up toward the sky. Squeezing your butt. And push back into down dog. Take your right foot to the sky. Keeping your hips nice and square. You don't want your hips open at this point like this. Just keeping your hips nice and square. Deep inhale in, and slowly, using your core muscles, I don't want you to drag that foot forward. I want you to keep it off the mat. Using your core muscles, place that foot in between your hands. And come up into crescent pose. And all the way down. Down into chaturanga, elbows as close to your sides as you can get them. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot to the sky, keeping your hips nice and square, feeling that great stretch all the way down the back of your right leg. And using your core muscles, bring that foot in between your hands. I don't want you to be using momentum to get that foot in between your hands. Just using your strength. And inhale, come up into crescent. And exhale all the way down. Plank, down into chaturanga, elbows in. And inhale up. Exhale back into down dog. From here, I want to just have you roll over to your right side into a side plank to start to open up the chest. A couple deep breaths here. Pushing all four corners of your hands into the mat, lifting your left hip. Extending your right arm over your head and down, and just roll over to the other side. Right hand down, left hand to the sky. Squeeze your butt. Push down through all four corners of your right hand, lifting your right hip as far away from your mat as you can. And left hand comes over your head, all the way down to the mat. Plank position, down into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Beautiful. Step or jump between your hands. Inhale, up dog. Inhale, look up, and exhale, forward fold. From here, bend your knees into a chair position, like you're sitting in a chair, and extend your arms out in front of you. Try to get the front of your body just stacked over your knees. And then from here, inhale as high to the sky as you can. And come to standing. Namaste. Again, inhale all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Your body should be starting to get a little warmth built into it now. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step or jump back into plank pose, down into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And from here, raise your right leg and open up your hips. See if you can open up your hips so that your pelvis is facing the side wall this time. Arch your foot, point your foot, and then bend your knee so that you're really getting that deep stretch into your hip. Straighten that leg, square off your hips, and bring your foot forward. I'll come into a deep lunge here. Left hand flat on the mat and right hand to the sky. Take this twist. Love this twist. Right hand comes back to the mat. Step back into plank, down into chaturanga. And inhale up. Exhale back. Left leg to the sky. Open up that hip. Get that pelvis facing the opposite wall. And then bend your knee. And open it even further, as far as you can. No pain, A little bit of hurt is okay, but no pain. Push your body, you know your limits. Okay, and bring your left foot in between your hands. Come into this full crescent. Back to the mat and raise your left hand to the sky. Take that twist. Beautiful. Take a few breaths here. Really focus on pushing those four corners of your left foot into the mat and straightening out your back foot, your back leg, engaging your right quadriceps. And left hand to the mat. Step back into plank pose, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Now from here, right foot comes between the hands. Again, take this twist. Take a breath here. And then from here, I want you to take your right hand, place it on your knee. I want you to roll your left foot onto the side and roll your right foot onto its side. Opening up. You see that my right foot is now on the back. I've just turned my foot so that it's rolled onto its side. And I'm opening up my hip here. Say hello to your IT band right here. This band all the way across the outside of your right thigh. You should be feeling a really nice deep stretch in this. And you can push it open if you want a deeper stretch. You can raise your arm if you like. Or you can just keep your hand on your knee or even on the mat. No matter what you do, you're going to feel this stretch in your IT band. Beautiful. Now get both of those feet back on the mat. Come back in to your first twist. Bring that right foot back to the ground and roll your left foot back onto a flat position and cartwheel up into warrior two. A warrior two, make sure you're pressing all four corners of both of your feet into the mat and think about magnetizing your heel to the inside of your left foot, pulling them together actually. And you'll feel an incredible engagement in your entire right quad and hamstring. From here, cartwheel all the way down. Right foot comes back, plank position, chaturanga. Inhale up dog, exhale down dog. Beautiful. Left leg up to the sky. Inhale. Bring your left foot in between your hands. And take this twist. A couple breaths here. And then left hand onto your left knee. Roll the back of your right foot to the ground. Roll the outside of your left foot. Open. Feel that IT stretch on the left side. You lift your arm to the sky. That feels okay. If you are going to do this, be sure to be opening up your chest. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Breathe into that stretch. And bring it back to center. Take the twist again. Inhale. And then bring your left foot to the mat. Roll your right foot open. And cartwheel up into warrior two. Again, all four corners of your feet onto the mat. Magnetizing your feet together, pulling your left heel into the inside of your right foot to engage your entire lower body. And cartwheel all the way down. Find that lunge before you bring your left foot back into plank pose, down into chaturanga. Inhale up dog. And exhale down dog. Beautiful. Take a couple breaths here. If you need to come into child's pose, that's always an option. Child's pose is always there for you. Step or jump between your hands. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Inhale all the way up. And exhale back into chaturanga. Here, I want you to raise your arms. Inhale all the way up. Grab with your right hand, grab your left wrist. And in a strong mountain pose, keeping your pelvis tucked, your shoulders back and down, feet pressing into the ground. Take your right hand and pull your left arm over your head. This is a little revisit to that stretch we did at the top of class. We did it in a half lotus, but now we're doing it in a mountain pose, stretching out the entire left side of our body. If you can, turn your head and look up at the ceiling a little bit. Keep opening up that chest. Great, now switch hands. Take your left hand, grab your right wrist, and pull to the side. Looking up to the sky. Pressing that right foot hard into your mat, because you're pulling your body over to the left. You don't want to pull your whole body over to the left like this. Make sure you're really grounding that right foot. Come back to center, arms back down into namaste. Beautiful. Let's continue our flow. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step or jump back into plank and down into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right foot to the sky. Right foot between your hands. And take the twist. Beautiful. Now from here, roll your back heel down and cartwheel up. Arms got a little confused there. Cartwheel up into warrior two. Now from here, turn your right hand over and reach peaceful warrior. Reach to the back of the room. A couple breaths here. Keeping your pelvis tucked, your chest rolled up to the sky. Back into warrior two and into warrior three. Just rest your elbow onto your knee. And extend your left arm over your head. Energy coming out of your fingertips to the front wall. One long line of energy and stretch from the tips of your left fingers all the way down to the back side of your left foot. And lower that hand to the ground. Both hands inside of your foot, back into plank and down into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot to the sky. Left foot between your hands. And take that twist. Left hand comes to your mat. Pull your back foot down to the ground. Cartwheel up into warrior two. Warrior two, keep your shoulders relaxed and down. But still, you want that energy really powerfully flowing out of the fingertips. Your arms should be engaged. It's not easy to hold your arms up. Flip your left hand over. Come back into peaceful warrior. Pushing through your right knee to the front wall with the energy of your fingertips going to the back wall as if somebody's pulling you in both directions. Look up to the sky. Back into warrior two. Find yourself in this pose. And then knee to elbow to knee. Extend over into warrior three. Be sure to really push the back side of your right foot into the mat. Don't let it roll up. Take one more deep breath here. And both hands on either side of your foot. Come back into plank position. Lower into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Beautiful, guys. Crouch like a tiger and jump between your hands. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale. Back into namaste. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step or jump back into chaturanga and lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right foot comes up. Right foot comes between your hands. Take the twist. Twist should start to feel better and better as your body warms up. And cartwheel over into warrior two. This time, turn your hand up like before, back into peaceful warrior, and straighten the right leg. Straighten the front leg so that you are now in a triangle, inverse triangle. And center your body. And come into triangle pose. Reach as far over that right foot as you can. Keeping the side of your body off your leg as much as possible. Reach, 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 reach. And when you have to put your hand down, lower it down. Reach up to the sky with your left hand. All four corners of your feet pushing into the mat, pushing out through your big. Really trying to twist your rib cage so that it's parallel to the wall. If you want, you can take one last inhale here, opening up your chest and getting a nice stretch in your lower shoulder blade here. I don't know if that's called lower shoulder blade, whatever that's called under your arm. It's always a good stretch. And over the head. We're going to come into pyramid pose. So you might want to shimmy your left foot forward a little bit. And maybe even bring it out to the side a little bit so that you have good balance. Or you just want your left foot behind you, foot flat on the ground, and walk out as far as you can into pyramid. Couple deep breaths here. This is a pretty intense pose. Be sure you're lifting up through your quadricep, squeezing your butt, and pushing out through the outside of your left foot, pushing down into the mat, the outside of that left foot. Very good. Now shimmy that foot a little bit out, the back foot a little bit further out to the left. Your left hand comes to the outside of your foot into twisting triangle. So this is a strengthening, twisting, balancing pose. Everything in one. Breathe, push that back of your left foot into the mat. Look back to your mat. Hands on either side of the feet. Back into pyramid. Take one last stretch here. I'm just going to walk our way out backwards from this sequence. Back into triangle. Beautiful. Squeeze those quads, lift up through both sides of the body. Open your chest, twist your rib cage to the wall, and come all the way down. Find that lunge, and then step back into plank. Beautiful, guys. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a couple breaths here. Go into child's pose if you need. As a little reset, we're just going to roll over to our left side into side plank. And roll over to your right side into side. And back into down dog. Left foot to the sky. Left foot between your hands. And take that twist. And right foot flat on the ground, cartwheel up into warrior two. You can always check your alignment. Check on your mat. See if if your front back heel aligns with the center of your back foot. If it doesn't, you might want to move so those 2 feet are really making a T. And they're aligned like that. And then look at your right hand. Look at your hands. You can see that your left arm is straight in front of you, but if you look behind you, you might find that your back arm is shooting out behind you in the wrong direction. So straighten it so that it's right over your back leg. And then turn your hand up and come into peaceful warrior and straighten the front leg. Reverse triangle. Beautiful. Now come into a neutral position, and from here, start reaching out over the left foot. Reach out as far as you can, keeping that rib cage off of your leg, twisting your torso towards the wall so it's perpendicular, and drop the left hand, right hand to the ceiling, triangle pose. Lift up through those quads, pressing out through the back of your back heel. Energy coming out of the tips of your fingertips to the sky. Breathing, chest open, shoulders are relaxed, and bring that right hand over your head, all the way down into pyramid pose. So adjust your back foot so that it's more at a 45-degree angle, and walk your hands over your front foot. You might want to take a breath and reset and kind of lay, just let your torso lay over your legs as much as you can. As I said, this is a pretty intense stretch. Breathing through your nose. I'm going to take your right hand, place it on the outside of your left foot. And the left arm comes to the sky, twisting triangle. Balancing, twisting, strengthening. If you're having a really hard time balancing in this pose, you might need to shimmy your right foot back so that you're not on a balance beam. And untwist yourself back into pyramid pose. Fold, just let your body fold over your front leg as much as possible. Adjusting your back leg so that you can come back into triangle pose. Beautiful. And right arm comes all the way over. Back into that lunge and step back into plank pose. Lower into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a few breaths in down dog. You've earned it. Walk your dog if you need to. When you're in down dog, just let your head hang freely. Just let it drop to the ground. Lots of energy coming out through the hands, pushing out through all of the bases of the fingertips, especially the index. I like to exaggerate the index one because everybody's hands have a tendency to roll open in down dog. So really pushing down through that part of your hand and pushing back, rolling your shoulders away from your neck. And again, we're going to roll over into side plank. From here, we're going to do a couple of oblique exercises. If you can only hold this, that's totally fine. If you need a modification for side plank, you can either stagger your feet or you can put your left knee on the ground, and that's totally fine too, as long as you're engaging your entire lower body and your core to keep yourself uplifted. I don't want you just to be like this. I want you to really engage your entire core. If you can, come into your full side plank. And from here, I want you to extend your right leg, your right hand over your head, lift up your right leg, and Knee to elbow, knee to elbow, knee to elbow. One last, take a breath and release it. Roll over to the other side. Side plank on the left. Excuse me, on the right. So again, you need to stagger your feet. Put your knee on the ground. If you can stack your feet, great. If you can stack your feet and lift your left leg off the ground, even better. And knee to elbow, knee to elbow, knee to elbow. One last breath up and relax it. Coming back into the down dog. Take a few breaths in down dog. Hi, Heather. Hi, Kelly or Bill, and Kelly and Bill. So glad you guys are here. So nice to have you all here. Okay, so you're in down dog. Very good. You guys are doing great. So from down dog, we are going to step or jump forward into a seated position, sitting on your mat. Very good. Now roll down onto your mat. You can still see me, that's good. Okay, rolling down onto your mat. Hug your knees in and grab the outside of your feet. This is a funny pose. It's called frog pose. And if you're in a yoga class with lots of other people, somebody may fart in this pose. Happened on many occasions. I've never done that, but somebody somewhere has. Good, so grab your feet and pull your feet down so that you're getting that stretch all through the bottoms of your legs and that your hips are opening and your knees are coming towards the floor. Good, so just take a few breaths here. From here, open up your legs into a straddle, just as much as you can. Just straddle your legs open. Whatever feels good here, just let your legs straddle open. If it feels good to pull them back closer to your torso, or if it feels better just to let them open up here. I don't really care how you do this stretch. I just want you to let gravity pull your legs down gently to the ground. And as much as possible, keep that lower back connected to your mat. I don't ever want your lower back arching up and making an arch away from your mat. Always connected to the mat when you're on your back. Good, now using your arms, lift your legs back together and squeeze them in to your body, making some little circles. Now lie flat on your mat. We're gonna do some bicycle crunches. So lifting your head up. This is called a hollow hold. This is not a yoga term, but in strength world, this is called a hollow hold. So I basically want your body in this hollow hold the whole time. Right leg extended, so right elbow to left knee, and then your legs meet out, and then left elbow to right knee. We're gonna do these for about 45 seconds at our own pace. If you have to take a break, I don't want you to stop. If you have to take a break, just hold your knees in like this. Otherwise, just keep moving. But I don't want you to let your feet touch the ground for the next 45 seconds or so. Breathing through these. So your toes should be meeting out in front of you before the next foot comes forward. It's not a regular bicycle where they're going at different angles. The feet are meeting out in front of you. And then the next one's coming in. Very good. 10 more seconds. Good, and relax. Great. Bring your feet up close to your butt and just stretch out your abs here with a nice little glute stretch, core stretch, lifting your butt off the ground into a bridge. And lowering one vertebrae at a time. Hug the knees in, make some little circles. And the opposite direction, make some little circles. Now from here, roll yourself up into a seated position. Try not to let your feet touch the ground. You just rolled yourself up. Now come into a little boat. Raise your feet off the ground. If you need to, you can bend your knees. Try to keep your arms extended out in front of you. If you can, straighten your legs in front of you. If you need to, then just bend the knees. Take a couple more breaths here. And then slowly roll back one vertebrae at a time, engaging the core muscles all the way down. And again, raise the hips into this bridge. Try to roll your shoulders underneath your shoulder blades at this point. Clasp your hands underneath your back and push up into this nice gentle back bend. Great, and lower down one vertebrae at a time. Hug the knees in, give your lower back a little bit of love. Both directions. And again, rock your body forward. It might take you more than one try. Rock your body all the way forward. Keep your toes off the ground. And again, come into boat pose. If you need to, you can grab your toes. You can interlock your index and middle finger on your big toes and hold your toes that way. You can let go of your toes if you're able to do that. Or you can just you can bend your legs like this for a modification of this pose. Take a couple breaths here, engage your core here. I don't want you sinking back. I want you lifting here, shoulders back and down, core engaged, the back here, your back flat. One more breath and lower down all the way to the mat. Hug your knees in. Little circles both directions. And this time come up into another bridge, or if you want to, you can come up into a full wheel. Back bend pose, by putting your hands underneath your shoulders and coming up into a full wheel. Few breaths here. And then lower down again, one vertebrae at a time. And hugging your knees in again. Hugging in your knees. It's nice to massage your spine a little bit, so you can actually roll on the back of your spine. If you're on a hard floor, you might want to do this. But if you're on a significant yoga mat, it's nice to just massage yourself a little bit like that. Okay, great. So from here, feet out in front of you, arms all the way up to the sky, and bring yourself forward into a forward fold. In your forward fold, I don't want you to think about hunching over and getting your forehead to your knees. I want you to think about lifting up through the torso, getting a lot of length, and then reaching as far forward to the front wall as you possibly can. And just let your body relax here. You can manipulate your feet. Stretch your feet out in different directions, flexing them, pointing them, and pushing down on them to get a beautiful stretch on the top of the feet. While you're doing this, and then for one last, grab the sides of your feet and pull back so that you feel a stretch across the top of your shoulder blades. So you're grabbing your feet and you're pulling away from your feet. And it's going to give you a really nice stretch all across the middle and top of your back. Beautiful. And from there, roll back down one vertebrae at a time, all the way into a lying position on your back. Come into Shavasana. And let your arms just open up on the side. Your feet, just let them relax and open up. Let your eyes close. Let your mouth gently open. Let the tongue release from the top of your mouth. You may want to stay in Shavasana for a minute, 2 minutes, 10 minutes. It's completely up to you.